The American Greek Revival, Hannah Klatzbach, Hannah Rothler, and Amy Boring. The Greek Revival period is a subset of the Neoclassical period. It was introduced in 1810 and lasted through 1855. This architectural style is often referred to as the national style and occasionally the territorial style because of its popularity. It was one of the only styles to spread from East Coast all the way to the West Coast and became the first period in the United States that focused on architectural details and the purpose to convey a message. Thomas Jefferson designed his home in Monticello to embody the Roman interpretation of Greek democracy and was inspired by Andrea Palladio's Villa Capra. Jefferson included many elements from European architecture, but made a conscious decision to add American elements to his design.
See a side-by-side of Thomas Jefferson's home in Monticello and its inspiration, Palladio's Villa Capra. As you can see, the two are nearly identical in structure except for a few key differences. First, Jefferson's home has Doric order capitals and the Villa Capra has Ionic capitals. Secondly, the villa is completely symmetrical where Jefferson's home is asymmetrical. Third, Jefferson's home is shorter and more elongated than the Villa Capra. Another big difference is the building material of the two. The villa is made out of travertine, a traditional Mediterranean building material, whereas Jefferson's home is made of brick to celebrate American building materials. During this time, America was still trying to create its own identity as a young country. Architects and designers chose the Greeks as influences due to their strong, advanced, and successful democratic society. This style was created to show where we were headed as a nation and portray the strong new democratic system.
Some key elements of the American Greek Revival style are its gable and hip roof, a dentil-style cornice, and the porch or portico. Here you can see the hip and gable roof, which can be identified by their low pitches. The roof, which faced the street, was meant to resemble a traditional Greek temple that the architects were very influenced by. Here is the dentil-style cornice, which was also used to represent the classic entablatures, made up of the cornice, frieze, and the architrave. The last key identifier was the building's temple front entryways, which was enhanced by the porch or portico, which typically had rounded or square Doric columns, again, previously seen in many Greek temples. As we've realized, there are a lot of significant and relevant concepts as to why American Greek Revival was important to our culture and design history. It shows the usage of previous architectural elements borrowed from other countries in the past, specifically the Greeks. It also represents growth and independence of our country as a whole. And lastly, specific to interior design, it was the first movement of architecture and interior details coming to America.
Thanks for watching!
Jefferson lived here, at Monticello. To him, it was more than just a home, and according to some historians, it serves as a kind of architectural autobiography. The name Monticello means little mountain in Italian, a fitting description of the location where the self-taught architect chose to build his home. Construction on the 43-room mansion began in 1770, shortly after Jefferson was first elected to public office. It went through many designs and redesigns, and wasn't finished until 1809, the last year of his presidency. Jefferson was influenced by the designs of the late Italian architect Palladio, and his travels to France inspired him to add skylights and the famous dome room. Jefferson, who valued his privacy, left the house surrounded by trees. He did clear enough space for several gardens, where the avid horticulturist grew more than 250 kinds of vegetables and herbs. Jefferson once said, "I am as happy nowhere else and in no other society, and all my wishes end where I hope my days will end, at Monticello." His days did end here on July 4th, 1826, exactly 50 years after American independence. Jefferson left instructions that his gravestone should be an obelisk, and he also wrote his own epitaph. Here was buried Thomas Jefferson, author of the Declaration of American Independence, of the Statute of Virginia for Religious Freedom, and father of the University of Virginia. Jefferson, who didn't even mention being the country's third president, clearly didn't want his work at UVA to be forgotten. Jefferson had his hand in every element of the school's creation. He designed the buildings, chose books for the library, and helped shape the curriculum. The retired statesman even hosted a weekly dinner for students, including a young writer named Edgar Allan Poe.